like they took control of, and it was very difficult for you guys to sort of retake it and go. Why do you feel like that was?
Things that we talked about that we wanted to do well, kind of defending in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock, and I just thought the pace that they played at, our guys kind of thought they had about 30 points in the first 8 seconds in that first half. So part of that was, Cooksey attacking early. We had the 5 or 6 turnovers that, it felt like every time we turned it over, they ran it back at us really quick. But we're in the ball game, and combined that with Delhi making threes in the first half as well. And credit to him, played well. But I thought that the run that we made and what we saw from Tyson Walker, the speed that he can play at, and to make a couple of go-ahead baskets there, and I thought we were in a really good spot there, and we should have rewarded ourselves, once we got up there. But made some plays, banked threes. There were some things that happened for them tonight. We have a chance to make some free throws and make something happen. So, I thought we let it slip a little bit. We hold them to 18, and we do a good enough job to put ourselves in a really good winning position in that fourth quarter. And found a couple of plays that were good for us. Credit Bull on the night. He was a monster defensively and highly efficient offensively as well. Big game from him.
What made it so difficult for you guys to stop the pace and physicality and force from them, especially early clock? What made it difficult to contain that?
Yeah, there's the turnover part. I just thought our D-Trans rules, were we, really hunting O-boards, or were we somewhere mixed between, getting back and attacking the glass. And I think when we get that right, we come up with extra possessions ourselves. But I think, I just felt like their O-boards in that second half as well. I think they come up with, 9 O-boards in the second half. And a bunch of those seemed to get pitched out for guys making threes as well. So there was a commitment to just holding them to one shot that we weren't good enough tonight either.
Do you walk away from this game looking at what Tyson did and thinking that there's maybe that extra layer of electricity that he can bring to the table that you maybe can tap into more?
Yeah, I tried to get him out in the third, and the game just kind of kept going, and I didn't kind of get him a little rest there. But he was phenomenal tonight. And I thought, there was things weren't going on for other guys. It was hard to get CG free, and we hadn't kind of got Milk going. And I thought he just owned it and took it on. It's like, I need to make plays for us right now, and really stepped up to the moment. So I think both times he's played against the Kings, he's enjoyed the challenge and played really well.
Dash, you were out there in crunch time, important game, a physical game against a good team. What was the feeling out there in that sort of environment, knowing that you had to make big plays and you did?
Yeah, I mean, it all just came down to defense in the end. So just trying to stop Kendrick from getting downhill, getting to his game, the mid-range and all that stuff. So just trying to stay in that denial stance and not let him get the ball, and try and force others to attack the basket and beat us that way. But I thought they played a great game, and we just came out a little slow and lacked a little energy, which happens sometimes. But we'll bounce back, and got another game in 2 days. So looking forward to that.
What's the toughest thing about guarding Kendrick when he's sort of dancing with the ball and he's sort of very herky-jerky with it? What's the toughest thing about it?
I mean, he's quick. He can change directions really fast, come off those screens, stop on a dime, and get that shot off. So it's hard to stop any guy like that. But just trying to stay in front, limit his catches and all that stuff.
Dean, I know the game just ended, but Jesse Edwards, how's he feeling right now? I imagine he's got it like the rest of you, but what happens now to try and get him ready mentally for the next game after such a devastating ending for him? Yeah,
no, he'll be fine. He's an improving free throw shooter, and we try and replicate moments in practice for people to go under that. And again, I love that Milt got in the lane and did all the right things. You know, does he make a floater? Does he make the pass? He made that decision, and back Jesse's next time in the game to go and knock those in.
And your home fans were drilling all night. It was an electric atmosphere. There was, of course, the booing of your former player, Matthew Dellavedova. You don't want to focus on the opposition players too much, but what did you make of that? Do you feel like something like that is necessary for the atmosphere and for the game?
No, I never think booing's a good thing, and especially for a guy that, gave everything for our club, and so certainly I didn't enjoy that.
2 weeks in a row now, you kind of played in a playoff-like atmosphere and been really well tested. How important are these games at this early juncture of the season, just to kind of get into habits and, as you said, find out what these things you need to correct?
Yeah, for sure. Our crowd was great. Both games, I thought they did enough to get us across the line. There's that part of it. There's the late game execution. To need a 3 for the win. Yeah, Milt was the guy that we wanted to go to tonight. Somehow Fab found himself wide open as well. Could we have made that extra pass there? How do we, I thought they were going to miss free throws. We were kind of thinking about the last 2 seconds, how do we either draw a foul or get off a great shot? What can we do in that situation when they're missing free throw? There's a lot of scenarios to go through that played out tonight. You get better for all of those, situations.
Have you got any thoughts on why you guys didn't foul a bit faster in those kind of final 10 seconds?
We talked about it, and CG came over and we talked about, if we're in that situation, we want to go trap the basketball and then see if we can create a steal and then foul after that. The trapping, obviously putting 2 on the ball, left guys free. They were good enough and quick enough to move the basketball out of that trap, and we couldn't catch up. So we've got to be better in that and fouling quicker for sure.
Dash, how does it feel to be trusted with some big shots at the end of a game, and how important is it for your development?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on it every day, so every day in practice, before and after, I've been putting up as many shots as I can, and it's been able to trust that and have my teammates trusting me by getting me open and finding me in the corners and stuff. So it all comes down to trust and confidence.
How did you enjoy the atmosphere out there today? I mean, at such a young age, to play in front of a sellout crowd and be trusted in those big moments, but how did you enjoy just the crowd in general today? Yeah,
it was unreal. I mean, sold out crowd again. The fans have been turning up almost every night, so it's been great to have them by our side and give us that energy boost that we need. And unfortunately we didn't get over the line today, but got another game Wednesday and then back at it again, I think, Saturday. So looking forward to those two.
And just lastly, a question for both of you. Indigenous round, it's another meaningful round. You get to learn about a different culture and promote a different culture. What does that mean to you every year? And maybe Dash, for you, this is your first one of this. What does it mean to you to play in a different jersey and represent that culture?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, I didn't really know too much about it before, having some guys come into our club and talk to us about the culture and what it's all about and stuff. So just being able to learn and know what it's about is pretty cool to understand and see. So it's great to wear the jersey and put it on for all the Aboriginals out there.
And does it hurt not to get that 10th? That record 10th win for the club?
Yeah, any loss hurts. But again, we kind of put this one down as, hey, we've been trying to put the season into games of 3, and right now this series of 3 is that we've got 1 at home and 2 on the road. So for us to win this little series, we've got to win 2 road games, which is now the next challenge for us. And so, certainly weren't focused on, us not losing a game or anything. Like someone was going to come up and shoot the basketball well and make plays and beat us. But there was things that we still beat ourselves with tonight that we could have been better. So, any loss hurts. It never feels great. Now respond and bounce back.
Dean, they did a really good job stifling Chris, and then obviously Dash playing really good D on Kendrick and others. What's the decision like to sit someone like Chris for stretches in the fourth quarter and play Dash? Obviously, Chris is so established and proven, and Dash is a teenager. What's that decision like?
Yeah, he looked at me one time and said, let him roll. And so, yeah, he's been brilliant like that all year. And if the group's doing a good job, if Tanner or Mild or someone else is doing a great job, Dash, hey, leave him out there. So he's been fantastic. I thought he's had an amazing start to the season, and he'll respond in these next 2 games as well. But you have a talented team and a good depth. That different nights is going to be different people, and so I've got to continue to trust it.
Last question. Illawarra coming up in a very short amount of time. What's the early thought on them? They're a team that's sort of bringing bodies in and slowly improving, but what's the early thought on the challenges in that matchup?
Yeah, I thought they played pretty well the other night, and just obviously having Davo back, and I thought he was highly effective the other night, and putting his feet in the paint, really controlling the game for them, and everybody needs point guards that can, execute at both ends of the floor. And I thought, it started with him the other night, and I'm sure he'll find an even greater rhythm with the guys around him. It looked a little bit more like last year for me when I watched them against Adelaide the other night. But we're not taking them lightly. We know the last time we played up there was a championship game, and you want to kind of get rid of that memory pretty quickly. And so we're pretty motivated to go up there and play well.